Blessing you. Awakening people message for today is God creation, the choices in your life. So open your soul, take a deep breath, close your eyes and believe in yourselves. I greet you, beloved family. I reach out from my heart to yours. I reach resolute embrace you during this currently moment. As your here gift open this journey this evening, you are taking the day out from everything else which will be happening among your life. There is also distractions, there is also medical problems, there is also changes, transformations that are happening among and around you. No matter what it is, this is often your moment of yourself. This is often your moment that you simply permit your aware focus to be anchored among you. Inhale and expire. During your simply permit your aware focus to be anchored among you. Inhale and expire. During your time upon the world, you have several karmic agreements that are placed forth before returning into this life. We've got spoken concerning this is on several of the various channels that we've had, and that I solely bring it up out today because generally as you become trapped among your life, this action that you expertise will be a distractions from what was your goal or your intention during this life. It may be that you have a really clear understanding of what it is that your life is, or your goals which you're specifically, wherever you will lie, you are being attentive to your soul's intention. For most people, returning into the world plane wasn't meant to be. Now let me repeat that there is such a good variety of experiences the people choose to have thought their life. Sometimes it's a rocky road from the start of the end. Generally, there are the hills and the valleys. Sometimes you will struggle for a minute, so once you hit a specific place, it simply events from there. There is in fact no correct manner during which to measure your life. There is solely the manner that absolutely supports you. This is often why generally the distractions are there to show you lessons. Sometimes the distractions are there to thug you out of one thing that now not serves you. In the finish, in any scenario, as you are seeking to know who you are, what's in concerning your life, any time that you simply return among, realigning among your heart, feeling that flow into supply, you are once more adding, building that foundation that continually supports you. With that in mind, become terribly aware as we try this respiratory to anchor and to open your breathe into your heart center, making a ball of sunshine from among your heart. And you send that down through your energy bodies as you send it to your chakras, and it goes down into the world. Feel, becomes, it stretches, get into the various totally different direction. Take this moment to open up and feel the flow, all the playfulness or the elementals permitting all of that to flow through you. It comes, keep a copy through that beam of sunshine that you simply sent into the world, anchoring you, reminding you of what's to be upon the earth. You then send that energy. It goes up through your throat, your third eye, your head center, and it goes all high till it aligns along with your higher self. You would like not analyze. Is this my higher self? Is it not? You automatically align along with your higher self as you shift your focus outside of you during this figure. From there, the energies continue on. There is a thread of energy that can be broken, and this is often that connects your soul to you because the human. You follow that small little thread of energy and it takes you back to your soul. It takes you back to that is your God supply. That is your throughout your several lifetime. As you are feeling your consciousness merge, it is a way of growth. It's as is the second close to you become locality of this huge energy, and it's large as a result of you are huge. You had multiple lifetimes, generally upon the world, generally get into the universe. These experiences produce that flow, which growth, that's your soul. If you have got a way of simply quiet, this consciousness, that's you during the life merges with the consciousness of your divinity. Whenever I say that you simply are supported by the divine, this is often you as your divine, and it flows through that thread of energy, moving up and down into you the human, and from this high lightweight vibration. Your angels, your guides, the star people, all of this varied energy with whom you're employed from through this house and down into you. A number of them can align with you at the house of your higher self, and a few can align among this house. Some can align among all that. However, everything comes from you as your soul or as supply. I, the immortal, get into and amongst all that here. I merge my energies with you, and as I do thus, we all shift till we come in all that's an instant to appear around. Inspect this house in order that you will see not solely what's here for you, however, what may be a number of the influences in your life. Okay, as I said that I saw numerous totally different distractions and things returning in. Thus, it absolutely was overwhelming. I'm aiming to clear that out. And instead, we are aiming to inspect this indifferently. I invite you to breathe among your energy. Feel your consciousness expand into totally different directions. As you are doing thus, hear hard, as if you are observation that big scheme. Once more, well now, we've done this many various times. Generally, it's a TV. Generally, it's a screen. Generally, it's the clouds dots. But you would like to check it, have this perception of what your life is displaced before of you. As you hospital about these perceptions, I invite you to require note of no matter it's that appears to be most current in your consciousness and in your life during this currently moment. For many people, it's one thing that they are operating through, thus it envelops a good deal of your thoughts and your emotions. Here among this swallowed stage, you have got the power to freeze, frame, and purpose among your life. You have got the power to receive perceptions which will different than what you remembered because they're human. We are going to begin with no matter it's that came first to your thoughts. As you are doing thus, open up and simply take it no matter it is. For so many of us, I'm feeling as if there are of these totally different influences or influencers that are making letter. So I'm aiming to clear out, and that I invite you to simply become terribly clear with yourself concerning what it's that's developing for you during this currently moment. Okay, I currently invite you to raise yourself. What has they done me to this purpose in my life? If you stretch out me to this purpose in my life, if you stretch out the line time required, there are bound things that pop for you, or maybe one factor that pops up. If it's potential, raise to grasp. If there is a process moment that has diode to wherever you're right now. I'm hearing nobody moment, simply a bunch of very little occurrences. From others, I'm hearing it was once this happened to me. It absolutely was once, one time, it didn't happen to them. I'm positive there are several, many various variations to those. As you think about once, you started noticing this trend that diode to wherever you're without delay. Returning to that moment with what you know currently. If there is something that you simply will modify, allow us to modify it. Therefore, if you have got created a distinct call, created a distinct selection, had not gone somewhere or even get to somewhere, then look before you as if it's very photograph what your life would be like. with these alternatives. For a few, it's if you became terribly pissed off. However, I raise you to require breath and expire. The reason that it's vital to appear at totally different alternatives in order that you'll have perspective for wherever you are without delay. If you had modification, one thing around the time that started, what's happening to you without delay, then there is another potential that's been fully flagged among your consciousness. We shall created your cognitive stage. There were also different potential that you simply may have done, and I'm hearing people say that it's limitless. True, in fact, with all the foremost experiences of your two to a few opportunities, and however you produce that among your life, the reaction, the manner it gets via out. If you create out selection, it releases the door. If you create another selection, it releases the door. Thus, affirmative so, there are many variations, way that during which your life will be lived. So, for this currently moment, I want you to yell again. Return to that moment in time as you inspect this different. Really permit yourself to expertise what are totally different among your life. There we go. It's not that this alternative life would be a utopia. As a result of it, might result in its own experiences. It's merely the reason that I wished you to expertise this was for you to realize the data from this expertise that has unconsciously strayed through your energy bodies. Go back to that moment in time. Race to uncertain if there was a third potential. A few there is. For a few there isn't. And there is one thing that comes up for you. Then also permit your consciousness to maneuver of that pathway, gazing what that selection could provide to you. I invite you to then gather all that info from these alternative life experiences and produce them back to this currently moment as you have got a way of gathering what is going on in your life, be it over the last days, months, years, no matter that length of your time. I invite you to currently inspect it with the awareness of what it might offer you, as if you are taking all that potential gathered into you without delay among your consciousness. As that happens, I will feel waves upon waves moving through everybody. The solidity of your life is that the most distinguished expertise that you simply have in one dimension, or another. Your consciousness was living those different potentials, thus unheralded that data and you have got received in over time. Generally, it comes in such the way that you simply assume, oh my goodness, I'm aiming to try this now. Generally, it simply gets placed in your unconsciousness as a chance and you simply go past it. When you take a chance to terribly consciously, not solely inspect your life, however, at alternatives your gap to receive most info, and you'll then integrate all of that into you. During this currently moment, for several of you, I see things that were intense, softening out. For some, people who were wandering around and looking out around for the answers, they are turning into centered. For those, I see you giving yourselves a tough time for the alternative that you simply. So if you are giving yourself a tough time, then look down among you to whenever it's in pool of discourse from where they'll be. Bring them up, bring them up, bring them up, and allow them to go. Feel the love and compassion flow among you during this currently moment. There you go. As all of this flows through you, and since you are consciously gathering it, those different lives of merging with yours, in order that you will have the data that you simply would like, would you wish, also you may absolutely harness any judgment against yourself and harness any frustration that you simply could have. I invite you to affirm that the start, the middle, the end of no matter experiences you will be happening in your life, which begins along with your alignment to your soul. You exercise it, and it completes all among that balance of your putting forth that affirmation can then keep you from being forced outside. Or if you are forced outside of that house, you return and more specifically feel the essence of who you are. From among the house have a way of shifting virtually as if you're turning around in order that you now inspect what's development in your life. As you have got cleared and come to a replacement understanding of wherever you are, as you look towards what's development, is there something currently that you simply will let go? Is there one thing that you are within the thick of what now not serves you? You let it go? Is there one thing that you simply are seeking and feel that you simply didn't have the tools to accomplish it? Or if it wasn't the proper timing, no matter which will be, connect with that vibration or that energy during this currently moment. Send the flow of energy and light through that. It is going to flow down into the potential development for you. If you are stuck in one thing, inspect that potential, create a modification, move in a very different directions. There are continually multiple ways that during which to live. As you breathe out into the currently moment, filter out the latter, that soft locality of your life. Ask from among your heart of hearts to grasp what's in your best interest as you progress forward in your life. Asking which will become terribly clear to you. It's going to be non-existent. However, take this moment to inhale, to let it go, and as you stand within the depth, the data, the richness, the fullness of who you are, experience it during this currently moment. Okay, from within this house, within the strength within you, send forth the attention that your relationship, your work, your family, your living situation, no matter it is going to be in this house of self, and send forth that ball of energy, that ball of sunshine that is going to roll through everything in order that you manifest from that house of self. Take a deep breath in and out. You're making your future, you're making during this currently moment, you're looking at the potential. I invite you to continually opt for the potential that almost all resonate with you. That's differently during with you, stay in alignment with source. I felt another wave just move through. I invite everybody to assemble along in among the cluster. Development within you is that the hologram of the world. As this photograph comes up within, take an instant and infuse into it what is to be very recognizant of yours, getting cleared out of the distraction and integrated the potential. As you infuse that into the earth, you are infusing this house of strength, the house of balances, this house of swallowed understanding of who you are and what your life is all concerning. As all of that goes into the hologram, at once begins to filter out any lower vibration that's out of balance, because the hologram integrates all of this energy you have, got that sense of shifting. There is that half that goes resolute to the universe, and the remainder goes down into the world. As it comes into the physical earth, it's clearing out the magnetic grid, it's clearing out the collective consciousness, clearing out even a lot of what now not serve humanity. It moves through into the middle of the world, anchoring within the world, then comes outside, comes to the grass, the water, the trees, the animals. It comes into the consciousness of the earth. What is returning in is that vibration of people knowing who you are, knowing that soul connections, understanding that any selection they create, they are sound into potentials. Through listening to their soul, they faucet into the potential that most resonate with them, that most support them. You yourself have observed your own transformation through that call of sunshine that was linking you into the world. As all of that integrate within you, feel as if your figure is truly adjusting to the present new vibration for this new consciousness. You bring back to you the swallowed consciousness from all that. You progress through the soul pain. You return through your higher self and your anchor it amongst your heart center. Take an instant to simply upon wave of energy that moves through. Be who you are, open to the potentials around you. Hear your divinity through finding the path that almost always supports you and brings joy into your life. As you are moving forth through the next days and weeks upon the world, I invite you to simply take various times throughout the day and raise yourself the question, what are my potentials during this currently time? As you are doing thus, you will notice that you shift in gears terribly easily, that you follow that stream, that the answer on beside you. Recognize that no matter what's happening in your life, no matter what's happening, there are new and totally different potentials. If you are in a very house that feels like everything is happy and in balance and in elation, then still through the energy which feels through you. Something outside of that. Recognize I'm here for a reason quickly and come back to the state of balances. You produce your